Hello everybody, my name is Eos the Phoenix. This is an educational video for new content creators or content creators that have very little subscribers, like something along those lines. I've only been doing YouTube for about a little over a month, and I just want to inform people, when you are a new content creator, you are vulnerable. There will be people that will be taking advantage of you. And I'm going to tell my story, and I'm going to show the DMs that I've gotten on Discord, and I'm going to explain what happened and what was going on for my head throughout all this. So here we go. This was the DMs from MMO Byte, who I don't know who they really are. He was originally on the server Indigo, this server here, which is the Indigo Park server that I am a part of. I joined that like a few weeks before this happened, the event in question happened, and yeah, I went from there and it just kept going. So I currently have this guy blocked. I do have screenshots of everything, but I'm going to show what he messaged me and like my response. You can see my responses, and I'll read everything off to you. So this guy starts off messaging me. He messaged me on the 19th of June, which was last month, around that time. I believe the 19th of June was when I was at work. I'm not going to double check real quick though. He says, "Yo, what's good? How is your channel progressing?" And I wanted to know where this was going, and at the time, and this was the only thing that we said during that whole day. I ended up messaging him back later because I guess I was at work at the time and I wasn't paying attention to my phone. And I said, "It's going fine, Mr. Byte. How are you doing?" And that was all that was said. And it was during around that time I clicked on his name to show his profile, and I saw he did have a YouTube channel. And I looked at his YouTube channel, and I don't remember the exact numbers of subscribers he had, but it did look, if I remember correctly, it was between 5,000 through 10,000. So he was in no means a small content creator. He had a good number of subscribers, he had quite a bit of content on there that was getting a couple thousand views. So the first thing that was going through my head was, is he asking me to do a collab? Because I've done a collab with somebody before, and that was with my buddy Colonel Studios and this guy here, Lone Wolf. He is a friend of mine. We've done a collab before on Sea of Thieves, so I was literally thinking, hey, maybe this is what this was, maybe that's what he's wanting to do. I didn't hear back until literally the next day. He says, responding to me, "That's nice. Doing good. By the way, I'm a fellow content creator, and I like you, and I have achieved monetization on YouTube." And I'm like, okay, well, that's good. Glad you were able to achieve that. I'm just, trying to be nice, show some, some positive reinforcement to him or whatever. Just trying to be nice. He responds back by saying, "Thanks, man. Yeah, I love reaching out to small content creators to share ideas and tips that will scale up their channel growth. Are we cool?" Is the next thing that comes out, and this is all typed out around the same time. But like, and this was like early in the morning. This is literally when I woke up, is when I got these. And so I was like, I was really confused about the "are we cool" part. And me, morning brain, I just somehow was still able to comprehend what was going on. I responded, yeah, we're good. Go ahead and share. But I'm trying to get around and get ready for work, so I may not respond for a while. You know, I'm being realistic. I have a 9 to 5 job just like everybody. Well, in reality, a 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. job. Still 8 hours, you know. Like, I need to get ready, get around, and, you know, head over there and do my job. He says, gotcha. So, the ways you have been implementing to grow your channel So, what ways have you been implementing to grow your channel to reach more people? To me, doing YouTube, like I said, I've only been doing this for a month. I had my channel for over a year, though. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing of why I waited over a year to post. That's something completely separate and private on its own. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. And literally, I just do YouTube for fun. And I just want to share the tomfoolery that I get into with me and my friends. So I literally say, not much, just working on some small stuff. And this is why I finally made it to work. And I had the time to send this over to him. I just sent him my channel to let him check it out. And I just ended up going from there, you know. And it's this part of the conversation that it starts going slightly downhill. The red flags are waving in the air. Now, from this point, from what I've just read to now, I was literally thinking, yeah, he might want to do a collab. You know, because that's the best way to help smaller content creators. Like, yeah, I would like to get my numbers up, but I'm mainly just been doing this for fun. If people want to watch me, they can watch me. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about the views or whatever. But if I do end up somehow make money off of any of my videos, then it's a second source of income for me that I can live off of. So, but I mainly just do this for fun. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the views. Like, I don't really care about any of that. This is part where it starts going downhill. And in my head, just screaming red flags. He says, alright, firstly, you need to build a community for your channel. Constant video uploads also help maintain your channel's potential and entertainment for your audience. Do you get? Apparently, this person's first language is in English, but I'm gonna let that slide. Do you get? Not really a question, because I'm like, what do I get? Like, I don't know what I'm getting. But I humored him and say, yeah, I have an upload schedule I'm trying to stick to. Wednesdays are my Halo days. And yes, I do play Halo with my friends. We're trying to get through the Master Chief Collection. So that's pretty much all that was. That's what I was getting into. He says, good. I was once like you and didn't have enough engagement, subscribers, views, and watch hours until I reached out to Channel Curator, who grew my channel. Have you heard of Channel Curator? Now, I don't know who Channel Curator is, and I said no. And I continued on my day. Now, this was where the red flag really was starting to fly. Because it went from me thinking it was a collab to him asking me, do I know who this is? And I bet you if I look him up on the YouTube app or whatever, I'm not going to find him. Or I might find him, but it might be something shady. And I just did not feel like it. I say no. And so he's like, okay, let me explain. A channel creator is an instrument in driving the growth and promotion of my channel. They help in showcasing your channel to a larger audience, thereby bringing in more subscribers, viewers, watch hours, engagement, and interaction of my goals within months, attracting a genuine and organic audience with heightened engagement. What do you think? Now, this is, like I said, where the red flag went off. Someone that does all of that, all of what he just said right here in this paragraph, it sounds too good to be true. And I knew something was fishy. Now, I have been contacted by scammers by phone calls, emails, and text messages. And I've blocked and ignored all of them. My mother has also helped me in understanding what a scam is. So, me knowing something was up, I decided to play a little bit of a game. I decided to ask a question. And it's a question that if you get something like this, I want you guys to ask as well. I literally asked, and you can see it right there, like right here. And what do they get in return? Now, one of three things actually would happen. Number one, he dodges the question. Number two, he gives option two. Gives me a fake or half answer. Number three, he is truthful. But number three is not really that likely. Let's see what he chose. Ding, ding, ding. Number one, he dodges the question. Will you hire them at all? Is what he says. And you can literally see it right here. He responds to my question. This was a response. But he dodges the question. The flag has been fully risen. It is now flapping in the wind. I do not trust this man. So I literally say simply, I don't have money to hire them. I am a broke factory worker pretty much living off paychecks. Like, I make enough money to at least try to get by. Whatever money I save up for personal use, for like groceries or anything for entertainment, and that's it. But mostly, all my money pretty much goes to rent, food, and my insurance. I don't have money to hire anybody. The fact that he asked me, will you hire them, that's all. Sounds like he was responding to a question with a question, without the question mark. And so, he literally ignores my question and goes down a different rabbit hole. Huh, really? Do you even know it's something you can afford? So I responded truthfully. By this point, I'm talking to a coworker of mine. I show him, I gave him my phone with the DMs that I have on there. And he was looking at this, and the first thing that came out of his mouth was, this is shady. I thought the same thing. And so I responded back with advice. Pretty much advice about I'm going to take the advice from fellow other creators who I respect and admire. I literally told him, even if I could, this sounds like a contract that would take a large amount of my money and my channel. So I think I'm going to take the wisdom from much larger creators like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and some members of the Vanoss crew and decline all of this. And only because you avoided my question. And that question was, and I even responded to my own question, so he sees that's the first thing he sees in that sentence. What do they get in return? Literally everything that he says sounds like a contract. Now, the last time that something like this was going on was Machinima, and we all know how that ended. If those of you who do not know how Machinima ended, I'm not going to get into that rabbit hole. Feel free to look it up. But it didn't really end well. And it also kind of ended like the events that happened with Sky Does Minecraft. But just to give a summary, Machinima and Sky Does Minecraft had their own organizations, had an office, and pretty much, and I'm going to just say this because I know this for a fact, Sky Does Minecraft, or Adam, went and got his friends to sign a contract, and it was pretty much stating, I own your channels, pretty much. We are all going to make money together, but I pretty much own your channels. And so when that all disintegrated, his friends had to buy their channels back, and some of them didn't. They had completely abandoned the channels and started new ones. I recommend looking all that up, though, but it was pretty much what happened during Machinima, and that's just what it is in a nutshell. He responds by saying pretty much all of this. He said, I didn't avoid your questions. I thought you were asking if you will pay them. What point did I say, will I pay them? That part doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm going to let that sink in a moment. He pretty much responds to me by saying, I didn't avoid your question. Yes, you did. You did avoid my question. And now you're trying to make it seem like that I worded it wrong. But how was I going to word that wrongly? It is a simple, straightforward question. The simplest, straightforward question that you can come up with. How could I get that worded wrongly? I didn't avoid your question. I thought you were asking if you will pay them. And about getting something in return, no, they don't get anything in return or need your info. What info? Not once did I talk about info, first of all. But the fact that they don't get anything in return other than you pay them is sketchy enough as it is. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So, and then he also responds to this whole thing by saying, no, you will hire them and they will work on your channel to reach any goals you wish. That's all. Do you understand now? And at this point, I had enough. I was also talking to my coworker as well. I was taking screenshots of the entire conversations before I did what I did next. And that was, and by the way, this whole thing right here sounded like, no, you will do this. That's what the first thing that went through my mind was, no, you will do this. You are going to do this. And I'm like, the heck I'm not. Like, what the fridge are you talking about? What are you on, first of all? Second of all, like, why? Why? They don't get anything in return? Yes, they're going to get something in return. This is literally a contract. You're going to own me. You're going to own my channel. You're going to own, if I do end up creating a brand, you're going to own my brand. I'd rather fly solo, to be honest. So he then says, do you understand now? And you can see pretty much the timestamps of when all these were being messaged and all that. And I say, flat out honestly, no. And I'm still not going to do that. Also, and I gave him advice pretty much as well. Also, if you wanted to help smaller creators, then you do collabs with them. Not whatever scam this is. Anyway, I hope you have a great life, and bye. And at that point, I blocked him. He is completely blocked. He cannot message me afterwards. And it was immediately afterwards, I compiled all this. When I got home, I was able to get in touch with this person here. They are a moderator for the Indigo Park server that Unique Geese has. They were just the first person I came across. And pretty much, you can see, I'm not going to read all of this, but you can clearly see what's going on. Like, I brought up, like, hey, I'm sorry to bug you. Can you help me? I didn't know where to put this. I didn't know who to go to. You were literally the first person I was able to find on a moderator that was online. I'm just going to give this to you. You do with it what you wish. Also, you can see in this screenshot that they were definitely a part of that server at the time. Now, however, now when I go into here, and I don't know if there's like a search bar in here. It's kind of different on the phone. If I type, I think maybe if I type that. Oh, I didn't type in the first M. Lag. Maybe if I type that, nothing's popping up, which tells me, okay, they removed them. Now, I was debating to do a video on this for several weeks now, but I'm like, I wanted to wait and see if they would do something, and they obviously did. I checked again today, and they did, but I'm like, I should still make a video to let you guys know that these kind of people are out there. Now, this whole thing was screaming to me, this is a scam. This sounds sketchy. I should not do this. And I was literally warned. And the reason why I know these types of things existed was because of Dahi Denogla, because of Markiplier, because of Jacksepticeye. All these types of people were always telling me, if you see something like this, don't do it. It's a contract. You don't want to sign a contract. Like, if you don't want to sign a contract if you're a new creator. Because then they have a way to own you. They have a way to own your channel. And then if you create merchandise, they own that too. They get a large percentage out of it. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to anyone. So that's why I'm letting you guys know. If you see someone like this that is trying to, try to get you to hire somebody to help you or whatever, don't fall for it. Please ignore it. Now, I'm going to end this whole thing off by saying this. They want you to believe that the only way you're going to be able to move forward is through them. That is a lie. You have the ability to grow your channel yourself. Believe in yourself. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in myself. But they don't want you to believe that. They want you to believe that you are powerless. You're not powerless. Like, I literally gave the guy advice by saying, if you wanted to help smaller creators, you do collabs with them. And that's literally the truth. So if you get someone like that, literally ask them, what, are you wanted to do a collab? And they say no, block them. Or you can literally ask them the question, if you get that far in the conversation like I did, ask the most important question. This is the most important question. What do they get in return? And see what happens. But overall, just ignore these people. But also do something about it. Like I did. I reported the guy. And then I waited to see if something... And it took weeks for them to actually do something. And they finally did. And thank goodness they did. Because I was afraid that he was going to try to get other people. And I don't know how many other people he reached out. But I didn't want them to get affected by this. Or, sign something that they don't fully understand. And this is a way for you to fully understand. This is a contract. Everything that he was stating was a contract. There's no way that you're just hiring them to promote your channel. That is literally what a contract is. As an employer, you are hiring people to promote your business, to help build your business. That's what an employer does. But you're not the employer. They are. They are employing you. They're trying to hire you so they can own you. So literally, take my advice to heart. Don't fall for this. Don't listen to this. You have the power to do this. I believe that you can build your own channel, and you should believe in yourself too. Now, I will just say this. I am here to help people if they need it. If you come across somebody, but you want to make sure that you think it's a scam, but you're not sure, first of all, ask your parents. But if they fall for scams all the time, whatever, then don't listen to them. But feel free to reach out to me. This is my name. This is my pretty much what my old tag was. Hold on. But if you can't find me as Eos the Phoenix on here, reach out to me with this name as well. That's a better way to try to reach out to me. If you need help trying to figure out something to scam, I will try to help you. It's my way to try. I'm doing this as a way to try to make sure you guys don't fall for this. And that's how I'm going to end this off. Thank you guys for listening or taking the time to listen. Please don't fall for these types of scams. And I'm here if you need help. And it doesn't have to be for a scam that I talked about. It could be any of them. If you're not sure, or you get a phone call, or you get that you don't know, or you get a weird text message that has like an email address. But first of all, if you get a text message with an email address, ignore them. They're always scams. It's not true. But feel free to reach out to me. I'm here if you need it. I'm giving you a way to ensure that you're not getting scammed. Anyway, I hope you all have a very blessed and pleasant day and week. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen. I will talk to you all later. Goodbye, guys.